Chips every Friday night of a different kind, KB.
And the dim sims and the potato cakes and the flake.
Specialist down at Clarendon's.
I was wondering you're going to get that a mention, Jared. The ball and the match underway for the second half. 11-7 to 7-6. And the Doggies really, I don't think they're out of this by any means.
No,
they can
they're
get a good
certainly well
start.
in it. Yep, if they get the first couple of goals, I know they will just build on there. I guess it'll be a fragile belief at half-time, but if they get the first couple, it would be given some sort of substance.
Oh, lovely kick from Adam Simpson. McKernan goes for Carey. No one in front of him, and he'll get it. And that, again, was what happened in the opening couple of minutes of the first quarter. And I would have thought that the Dogs would be pretty disappointed that Carey had so much space to lead into there. So Wayne Carey, 100% efficiency. Although he's kicked 2 goals, 1 before that kick. Now he's got 3 goals, 1. Just the start that the Bulldogs didn't want, and the Kangaroos 12-7 playing 7-6.
Hutto, explain that efficiency to me if he's got a point.
I can't, I'm afraid, but obviously it doesn't take into account goal kicking.
It's pretty inefficient efficiency then.
It certainly is.
Wayne Carey, 40 goals for the season. He is the greatest goal-kicking centre-half forward that's ever played the game. Darcy to Scott West. Been below his best today. 9 possessions, been averaging 29 this season. To Grant, it came from Pike. Goes short. Vincent Abraham playing a different role today.
Pike's had a good game this afternoon.
And that's a beautiful kick.
He made one blue, giving away 50, but other than that, he's been a start.
Centering kick is looking for Scholl. Coming through his makepiece has been very good today.
Hands.
Shovel the ball out. Stevens. This will bring the house down if he kicks a goal. Listen for a roar. Well, isn't that great to see? Anthony Stevens starting on the interchange bench. Played round 1, badly injured after the game with that horrific pane of glass coming down, and been out for 13 weeks. Came on in that first quarter. Not bad for a bloke who hasn't played senior football for 13 weeks.
Terrific stuff.
Well, I would think a pretty worried bench for the Western Bulldogs after the Kangaroos just blitzed them out of the middle at the start of this quarter. Croft came through, Makepeace doing some damage up forward now. Rowan Smith got a clearing kick. Darcy bounding after it, didn't get a favourable bounce. Did well to hold up Byron Pickett, but he did even better to keep going. Charging through, and well, it wasn't the greatest of kicks in the end. Scotty Wines didn't want to have a foot race with anyone, and takes the ball over the line. It's the Kangaroos bench. Shannon Motlop, Small. 13-7 to 7-6. Big Spider Burton, decisive tap, but it only goes to Plunkett, who rides the tackle well and then just heads straight for the boundary line. And that's exactly where it goes. Curley getting ready to come back on.
Brent Harvey, you're not all that excited about the attention he's been getting from Matthew Robbins all night. In fact, the umpire has just stood 3 minutes, 3 metres away, and this bloke has tackled him in front of him, and he's just ignored it.
Up to half forward. Oh, Hudson was waiting behind, but Lang read it best of all.
That's why I get a bit cynical, KB, when you see an umpire pay a glory free kick for grabbing a jumper in front of goal. He's just seen that bloke tackled and pulled off the ball and just elected to ignore it.
Well, it's not to say the first free kick was wrong, but certainly that second free kick should have been paid, because umpire Gavin Dorr could see surely that Harvey was being held by Robbins off the ball. Centre square, going in hard was Brown. Plunkett paddles the ball long in front. Crash. Robbins goes to the ground. It was a good tackle by Simpson. Loose ball. Wanting the ball is Dimatina. Hands and knees, keeps it alive. Jose Ramiro. Johnson was held. Interfered with. And will take the free kick. He's directly in front. He'll shoot from 45. Well, they've come out. All guns are blazing. The Kangaroos. 2 quick goals. 37 points they lead by, after leading by 25 at half-time. Brad Johnson averages 22 possessions a game. Directly in front. Important kick. Another low trajectory kick by the Bulldogs, but he's drilled it. Well, I don't think it's by design, but we saw Nathan Brown miss a goal and Nathan Eagleton miss a goal, all with very low kicks from around about 40 metres. And that one was the same from Brad Johnson. This time it just cleared the outstretched hands.
Let's have another look. Follow it through. Well, if anything, that was about the straightest kick that we've seen today. It went straight through. Didn't clear the hands by much, but got the result.
So Dogs get one back. Burton. Lovely tap. Bell to centre half forward. They pushed the button that said go, and Dimatina went and got it to half forward. Darcy, momentum carried him to 50. Went the pass rather than the shot. It was a good choice. And Braddy Johnson giving them something on the lead.
Still in this, the Dogs. There's no McMartin, there's no Glenn Archer out there. Let's just have a look here. And there's the tackle on the right end of the screen. Now, umpire Dorr was 3 metres away and he looked straight through that.
So Brad Johnson, 4 marks he's taken, had 9 possessions, kicked the goal we saw a moment ago, and now he's got another one. Lovely kick. So they're back where they started at half-time. The margin is 25 points.
Well, Brad Johnson's gone to that full forward position. He just looks more comfortable there than Nathan Brown did, because he's a very, very strong overhead mark. He's a reliable overhead mark. And some worries for Dennis Pagan and his long-time offsider in Tony Elshaw.
2 goals to Brad Johnson. He has gone to full forward before and been a real good pinch hitter. John Blakey picking him up. Nathan Brown, who was at full forward early in the game, now playing back across half back. From centre half back, he looks for Darcy. He reads it well. Lost it in flight with Spider Burton. So Darcy starting to put his mark on the game. 8 marks, 11 possessions, and so's this man, Brad Johnson. He's all fired up. He's inspired. He fancies his chances.
He's very aggressive once he takes the mark, isn't he, Brad Johnson, about where exactly that mark in the ground should go.
Luke Penny was on the lead. That's been ignored. So Johnson fancies his chances. Penny's in the square. He's the only Bulldog player there. Johnson goes for distance. He's hammered it home. Three goals in 5 minutes for Brad Johnson. And all of a sudden the Bulldogs are taking up the challenge to the Kangaroos. They threw down the gauntlet, they've snapped it up, and they've hit back with this man at full forward and 3 quick goals.
Well, you've got to admire the Bulldogs. They have shown consistently, this group of players, that they never lay down and die. They'll always fight it out. They're still in this looking for the points.
Spider Burton's off with the blood rule. So Corey McKernan gets the signal from Peter Bell. It's pretty sharp, Peter Bell. I've seen him a few times in games when players have had to go off, and he's very quick to call up backmen or forwards or bring up Corey McKernan. He does it well. Let's have a look at this again. Now we see here Brent Harvey off the ball, being tackled by Robbins. And even though the umpire wasn't in the picture, he was only standing about 3 metres away from that contest, and that should have been pinged.
It looked like it might have been something that the Bulldogs had worked on to a degree, keeping away Harvey, who's probably good at those takeaways.
Well, Harvey's taken control of the situation. He's trying to tag Romero. Shannon Grant is being tagged by Romero, which has left Robbins as the free man.
Darcy's had an impact in the last couple of minutes. That time Dimatina lets him down a little bit.
Right.
And that was, well, it wasn't a great thinking by Robbins, really, because there's only Kangaroo players in front of him. Bell goes to ground off the ball. Pickett kicks it onto the wing. But the Dogs are right there at the moment. They are up and about. Oh, not a good handball from West. And King goes to the line, plays it defensively. And it's over and out.
Well, they're still going to have the legs, the Dogs, as this game progresses.
19 points is the margin. Darcy got the tap down. Eagleton did very well. Got a couple on here too if he can just get the handball floating well. Plunkett, desperate start, gets Dimatina, runs on, momentum. He's pumped, he's kicked behind. He was celebrating before it went through.
So he should have been. It was going straight through the middle. And then it just moved from left to right.
I just wondered whether it was the right decision to play on. I mean, a set shot, 40 metres out.
It's the adrenaline working, I think.
I think you might be right there. Blakey comes away, just wobbles the kick forward. He was looking for Troy Makepeace, beats him over the line for a toss back in. 67 plays 85, an 18-point ball game. The Bulldogs trailed by 10 points at quarter time, 25 points at half time, and 37 points early in this third term, but they've dragged it back to an 18-point ball game. Boundary throwing between half forward flank and centre wing for the Bulldogs. Darcy has come alive. He's taken 8 marks. He started on the bench. Jose burrows in for the ball. Brown, all of a sudden the Bulldogs caught by Makepeace, crunched into the ground. He's been pinged. They're going to pay advantage. It's going to come back.
Gee, I'd like to see that again. I thought the second tackle was high.
No, I would have paid it. Libba. Now the ball is going to come back again. Peter Bell finds Lang, edge of the centre square, penetrating kick to centre half forward. Carey's going to be the target. Croft did well, good body pressure. Dent pumps the ball wide. He's got Curley.
Well, the run at the moment, the Bulldogs.
They just seem inspired at the moment. Kangaroos came out, kicked the first 2 goals of this third term. The Bulldogs have hit back. Plenty of spirit, plenty of fight. Crediuk in front. Did he get a shove? And the roar goes around Colonial Stadium. Crediuk from the half-back line. Bulldogs this year 7-7, 7th on the ladder. Kangaroos 9-5, 4th on the table coming into today's game. Martin Pike, a transfer of play. Carey plus the Shepherd. Pickett caught in 2 minds. Concedes ground, backtracks and retracts. Look out, bang, in comes King again. He was looking for Eagleton. The ball is belted wide. Motlop with good hands, traps it on the boundary line, tries to keep it alive. The handball was a poor one, and the Bulldogs are desperate. So are the Kangaroos. It's a great contest.
It's great stuff, isn't it, in this third quarter. 85-67 from Colonial Stadium, Sunday afternoon footy. And free kick going the way of the Dogs. Goes to Scotty West. No, goes to Luke Darcy, who unloads a thumping kick. Hudson, did he push him?
He's got it.
He's paid the mark. Byron Pickett shakes the head. Hudson's been relatively quiet. It's 4 marks though. He's kicked 2 goals, 1.
Looked like a bit of a shove, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I think Byron gave it the double movement though.
Both hands out though. Pretty rigid, both arms, weren't they?
Well, Hudson will have to be stretched here from 50. Distance is no problem.
Unlike Paul Hudson to miss those ones.
And in a way, that sums up so far the Western Bulldogs' problems. When they've had the chance, they have not been able to convert crucial kicks, and North have hurt them on the rebound. Let's see if that's the case this time. 13-7 plays 10-8.
And Motlop is off, and Chandler comes on for his first run.
Geez, that came off Corey McKernan.
Croft.
McKernan definitely got the first hand on that, but Croft just let the ball float over the back and he snaffled it.
This will have to be a very, very good kick. Dimatina. He's played on. Comes through the centre square. Great chasing by Winston Abraham. Pumps the ball inside 50, and the Kings got it.
Well, the King may have to spend some time in defence now with Mick Martin absent. As we said, Archer also not playing there.
And for those who have just joined us, Mick Martin looks like he dislocated his shoulder just before half-time. Hurt it in the first quarter. Looks like he did extra damage later in the game. Carey just pointing to the mark. Umpire Gavin Dawes says, I'm the umpire, get back. Lead is on from Shoal. He's going to pop it out in front, short to King, who can run. Plenty of space. 2 quick bounces. Loves to carry the ball. Kicks into the pocket. Harvey's the target. Great defensive punch from Darcy, who's been so good today. 8 marks, 13 possessions. Started on the bench. Now having a real impact on the game.
So in the forward pocket, there's pushing and shoving going on off the ball. Darcy did well, has really stood tall in this third quarter. That's a good mark though by Shannon Grant.
Jose was concentrating on Brent Harvey and had his back to the play.
Good looking kick in the McKernan direction. And he just cleared the path in some ways for Craig Scholl to stand up and take the mark. And off that central runway, he'll have a nice clean shot at the goals.
Brent Harvey is continuing to force the issue here. He's just following Jose around. Jose's following Shannon Grant. And the 4th player, Matthew Robbins, is trying to pick up Harvey.
Well, he's pushed it across. So it's a 3-goal ball game here at Colonial Stadium. 10 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Matthew Burton, you would think they'd want to get him back on fairly quickly because Darcy has just started to take control in this quarter. Curley, who I think has been a pretty good contributor for them too this afternoon, gets Contessa at half-back. There's a loose man at half-forward, Dimatina, but McKernan might get in the road of that. Good spoil from McKernan. Dimatina dives on top of it. The onus was on him to knock it out, and he did. Contessa takes it. In fact, it's Eagleton. Took on Pike. There might have been a free off the ball. They're not paid.
Should have kicked it off the ground.
Into the middle. Good kick. Good spoil though. Very good spoil. Plunkett goes to ground. The fight is on. Stevens' kick smothered. Plunkett over the top of it. Oh, he got one slightly in the back.
That was a great smother by Nathan Brown off the boot.
Yeah.
Nathan Eagleton should have kicked the ball off the ground.
Just kept the ball going towards their goal.
Not much point in trying to be fancy and do a one-handed pickup when you've got no space between you and your opponent. And it would have sent the ball inside 50. It wasn't a good decision. Plunkett comes off. Scotty Wine comes on. And Nathan Brown, a great smother in the centre of the ground. So he holds it up for a stop-start play. Makepeace on the burst. Croft. Cross half back. Matthew Croft. Change of direction. Kicks a high ball out wide. 2 against 1. Coming in late was Crediuk. Simpson with clean hands. Keeps alive. Big Spider. Pumping the big daddy long legs. Runs to 55. Unloads. Croft's going to get back.
And Burton ignored the shorts. He probably should have unloaded it because in the end he had to kick a goal from 50 outside of his range.
Well, he's kicked 2 goals. Spider. Curley goes short. West does well on the half volley. Rarely fumbles. Curley. Good presence. Kicks the ball high. Brown. Strong mark. It's been a big duel, Nathan Brown and Troy Makepeace. Now Libber. Again, he's had trouble here now with Chandler. He's got trouble with Peter Bell. He's taken them all on today. He's been the spirit of the Bulldogs. He has come to play. He's come to antagonise. He's come to win. Backing back, Wiggins. Darcy was a clever backhander. Pulled off the ball. Dimatina. And he's got the free. Wants to play on quickly. Squeezed up on the line by Pickett. Gets a kick away. High ball. Coming late was Curley for a toss back in. 68 plays, 86. An 18-point ball game. 13-8 the Kangaroos, 10-8 the Bulldogs.
Well, it was an interesting decision. I don't think the umpire actually saw that Paul Dimatina had possession of the footy.
Well, they all gang up and jump over the top there. Hudson trying to get some space. Good hands to Dimatina. Head down, bottom up. King came charging through. They kept it alive. There he goes, King. Poor kick really into the middle. All Dogs. Rowan Smith, well, he's gone for the pass and it wasn't bad. Johnson just
punch.
Couldn't hang on to it.
Lakey.
Ramiro, little up and under handball. Still under pressure. Nathan Brown, not a good handball. Ramiro again, went to ground. Going to have to get it out. He's gone. You are gone. Should have done better, really.
This is a great contest. 2 sides hard at it.
Harvey from half back. Wine versus McKernan. Good shepherding by Wine. Just blocked. Bulldogs playing on at all costs, aren't they? Whenever they take a mark, They move it on. Johnson gets the ball in, and there wasn't much to go for. Blakey mopping up, using Byron Pickett now. He hasn't got much on the outlet this way, so he goes back and stops and has a Sunday stroll, and then switches play back to where it came from. And Pike unloads to the wing. Carey against Brown. Now, free kick, certainly. But Brown did well because he held up play and should have allowed his teammates up the ground to man up.
Players are going down in the centre of the ground. Chandler was there with Liver, and also Bell along with Scotty West.
McCartney's the floater down there. Spall couldn't take the mark. Goes again. Clayton. Oh, it's a real fight at the moment. 6 minutes remaining in this third quarter.
Well, there's so much man-on-man happening off the ball, and so much tension with the scores getting so close. The Bulldogs just hanging onto a spot in the 8 KB. You wouldn't be surprised if this erupted.
Well, there's been a lot of antagonism between these two sides today. As you say, a lot of players one-on-one. There's been a lot of bumping off the ball. A couple of players have gone to ground, and we see here, here's Chandler. He's come off. Libber. Peter Bell's in there as well. Scotty West. Robbins has been there with Brent Harvey as well. This is a blow because Luke Darcy's coming off, obviously with the blood rule. Trent Bartlett comes on. Darcy's got to be back in the action as soon as possible because he's been magnificent. 14 possessions and 8 marks.
The player's just pointing to Trent Bartlett. It's your responsibility to get down and match up with McKernan. Wine's going to take the ruck duel, and then he'll go down and pick up McKernan.
It's a great contest. Hard game, tough game. 13-8 the Kangaroos, 10-8 the Western Bulldogs.
A lot of frustrated midfielders going in the game at the moment with the nonsense that's happening with the matchups.
So Bartlett straight away onto the ground, gets possession number 2. Pumps the ball wide. He's looking for Robbins. Gee, that took a lot of courage. King's got it. Runs to 50. This could be a team-lifting goal. King, impossible angle. Across the face. Through for a behind.
They made a bit of a meal of that on the way out, didn't they, the Dogs? Dimatina almost took Robbins out of it, and just meant that King was the only man left.
Good night.
Ramiro should just get here before King arrives. They've got Dimatina on the wing, or in short, he's got Credial.
And need some support of the Kangaroos. They'll be outnumbered.
Onto the wing, it's a contest. Makepeace went to ground, free kick, said the umpire. So Troy Makepeace runs through the middle, got a couple of players. I think Clayton was one of them who was looking for. Went further than that. Wine spoil was excellent. Rowan Smith away. West got shoved to ground by Carey. Did well under the circumstances. Croft, you are outnumbered. You are in trouble. And Grant did very well. Although dead on the scene, just made it a really good contest. Liver, great hands. Dead off his wrong boot, just banged it up forward. Oh, bad bounce for Croft. Doesn't matter. Here's Wiggins. Gets the little handball away, but Spall takes it away. Loose men for the Kangaroos. And was that too late? Clayton took the mark and then got the contact. The umpire comes in and says, just get back on the mark. Carey pushing down into the pocket. That's where the kick went. Scholes there as well. No free kick. Carey's got it. Being manned up by West. Got the handball back in. It wasn't a great handball. King went to ground. Dogs to get away here. On the bounce, Dimatina has to be clean. He's got no one in support. Good looking left foot kick. Brown couldn't take the overhead mark that time. Makepeace went to ground. That's over and out. Still it's frenetic. It's an arm wrestle at the moment.
Gee, what a contest it's been between Nathan Brown and Troy Makepeace. They've been at it all day. It's a wonderful contest. Two sides really desperate today. It's been a very physical game. Kangaroos have been in control. The Bulldogs keep on coming. Makepeace, speak of the Devils, got it again.
Well,
Wayne
Carey, you get the feeling is crook. He's going to have to find something as Luke Darcy comes back onto the ground.
19 points. The Kangaroos lead. Clayton from the half-back flank. High ball. McKernan looks dangerous. Libber forced his way to the front. No free kick.
And he was almost buried there, Libber.
I reckon their 4 players drilled him into the ground.
I don't think they would have been showing much sympathy for him, would they?
Scholes off, so's Wiggins. Bartlett comes on for the Bulldogs.
Surely that was too
Winston
high.
Abraham as well. So a ball up 55 metres out from the Kangaroos' goal. Simpson will do the ruck work. Takes it out of the air, contests the tackler. Loose ball again. Fresh air shot, taken away by King. Under pressure, Contessa. Going in hard, Dimatina does well. Breaks the tackle, comes away from half back. He's been good again today. 24 possession and 7 marks to Dimatina. Hudson wins the ball. Long raking handball. Smith on the burst. He's going to run to 50. This will be a big goal for the Bulldogs. Smith! It's marked on the line by Brown. They have forced the issue, the Bulldogs. They were down by 37 points a couple of minutes into this third term. It was a standing 8 count for the Bulldogs. They refused to go down. Bulldogs within 13 points.
It's been a great fight back, and well, the move of Nathan Brown to full forward paid off within about 4 minutes. And the Kangaroos, they just have lost their flow. They've got the ball into their forward 50 half a dozen times in the last 5 minutes, and it's been rebounded pretty quickly. And whilst there's been nothing all that pretty about the Bulldogs, the grit and the fight have been there to show, and finally they got some reward on the scoreboard.
Well, Mick Martin certainly won't be taking any further part, as we can see there. And boy, could his team do with him at the moment out there on the ground. We've got a great contest at the moment. Burton took Darcy out of it. Darcy went to ground. Here's Dimatina. What an inspiration he's been in this quarter. Feeds the handball out wide. They go from half back. Oh, Johnson a fumble. Just has time. Did well. Did very well. Kept his head. Hudson will take the mark. He'll run to 50. And he will kick it to the top of the square. Tough back there. Brown! Got it again! It was a well-weighted kick by Hudson in the end.
Well, Paul Dimatina has been absolutely magnificent. He's been tough in the clinches. He's answered the challenge. He's stood up. He's had it 26 times. And he's been the catalyst for this wonderful comeback by the Western Bulldogs.
In this quarter, 7, 4 and 4, Dimatina. So 11 possessions and 4 marks. Brown puts it through. There's 7 points in it. And have we got a ball game?
Well, this has been one of the best games of the season, Jared.
It's been a beauty, KB, and right now you'd say that the Bulldogs were playing like winners. They've got all the run, and it's been a great battle of wills in the coach's box with the matchups. Brent Harvey at the moment is playing in a back pocket, as is Shannon Grant. And
David King's gone back onto Nathan Brown.
So they've got a lot of their players that are generally in the middle, giving them the drive, absent.
The chant goes around Colonial Stadium. Bulldogs, Bulldogs, within 7 points. They trailed by 37 points in this third term. Scotty West, again the Bulldogs into attack, a high ball. Still inside the centre square, big pack of players. Liver goes to ground. Might have got a shove, the umpire on the wrong side. Taken away by McCartney, smothered off the boot. Darcy has been inspirational as well. Scotty West has gone up a cog. Edge of the centre square to the half-forward line. Brown's the danger player. Nearly took a one-hander. Crashed his way through was Ramiro. Wanted a free kick. Brown kicks it off the ground. Harvey be happy to see this trickle over the line. Boundary throw in. Just 15 metres around from the Bulldogs' goal.
Well, Peter Bell had a pretty fair second quarter, but he's been struggling in this term. And without his drive, and with Harvey and Grant out of the middle, they're getting strangled in there.
Contessa kicks a goal. Bulldogs within a point.
They've kicked 6 unanswered goals, KB.
Well, it's been an amazing turnaround. When the Kangaroos came out at the start of this third quarter and kicked the first 2 goals to Anthony Stevens and also to Wayne Carey, and they trailed by 37 points, it looked like it was going to be a blowout.
It did, but the Bulldogs have got a firm belief in themselves, and maybe that first couple of goals have been the critical issue. Kangaroos perhaps started to believe it was just going to be a walk in the park, and they haven't troubled the goalkeeper since. Take the goal, umpire.
Out of the middle, Burton got the kick forward, but it's back to where they started, and the Dogs have got it. Kitesic, and he's put up the handball. They were running everywhere, the Dogs. Scotty Wurst has been more influential this quarter, and this man, Paul Dimatina, has been sensational. Keeps his head and gets the pass into Ramiro. The adrenaline would have been pumping then, and it would have been easy for him just to blaze away, but instead he went for the pass, and amazingly, Jose Ramiro, right on the three-quarter time siren, can put them in front after they trail by 37 points, 2 minutes into this third quarter. Jose Ramiro, tight angle, can see it clearly there. Oh, it's a funny kick, doesn't make the distance, and scores a level. Scores a level at Colonial Stadium, 13-9, each of two, and it's going to be a very tense last quarter.
Well, that would have been important for the Bulldogs to go in at three-quarter time in front. He kicked a great goal late in that second term, Jose. Just a floater then. A lot of mind games being played today between these two sides. Harvey across half-back. Just a few seconds left. I doubt whether there'll be any more score. So what a contest it'll be in the last quarter. Scores 11, 87 apiece, 13 goals, 9 to each of these two sides. And what a comeback in that quarter by the Western Bulldogs. They kicked 6 goals to 2, and they kicked the last 6 goals of that third term after being down by 37 points. They go in now at the last break on even terms with the Kangaroos.
Well, the momentum all with the Western Bulldogs. They're going to be tough to stop now. The Kangaroos are going to have to produce one of their best quarters. They were brilliant in the first quarter and a half. They were back to their premiership best. They've lost Mick Martin. Wayne Carey looks crook. A number of their key midfielders are getting beaten by one-on-one tags. And, well, they've got a man called Terry Wallace that has conspired to come up with potentially one of the best victories of the season. There's no Ellis, there's no Grant. Kingsley Hunter is also out of this side, and yet the Bulldogs have got themselves in a position where at three-quarter time they're just 30 minutes away of one of the best victories that we've seen for this season.
Take a break and come back with that last quarter.
Others, but such an important player he was in that third quarter.
Winston Abraham starting on the bench. They've lacked someone to kick a goal for them, the Kangaroos, in the last term. Wayne Carey starting at centre half forward. McKernan 30 metres out from goal.
Stevens at full forward.
Here we go, last quarter. Burton, Simpson, Ramiro. Who's going to have the legs in this match? It's been a torrid contest so far. At half forward, Dimatina, who was great for them in the third. Ramiro out wide was also good. Collingwood back on the ground. Thought about the little pass now. Brown started off, made a long lead. He tries to get him. By the time he got there, he just had to slow down a bit. King over the top, and he's going to be picked.
It wasn't a very good kick that time neither by Collingwood, because it just opened up too much of the corridor. Yep. Should have kicked the ball into the goal square.
Pickett just waited for the traffic to go by. Then he wasn't sure who to kick to. So he unloads to centre half forward. Carey.
Oh, you're guilty!
Nice ball. Well, you get the feeling that the Kangaroos needed something like that. I reckon something a bit inspirational. But for a young kid in his third match, that is a great leap.
It's a big mark.
And I think he hurt Wayne Carey right into his head.
Not a lot of respect down there at the Kangaroos. King's been jumped on.
Big kick for Spall.
Close to the man on the mark.
Just far too close. And that's a terrific mark by Luke Darcy. He should learn from that. Spall. Johnson, that was dangerous. West getting it towards Dimatina, but over the line and out of bounds. So a couple of errors from both teams. Let's have another look at this.
Just a lack of experience, getting far too close to the man on the mark. You must always go back, otherwise you're going to lift the ball very high, which he did. First goal in this last quarter. What a boost it'd be for either side. Curley really found his niche in defence. Goes wide, finds Jose. So many matchups today. There's been a lot of niggling between the two sides. It's been very, very physical. It's been the best contest I've seen this year. First 3 quarters. They have been so hard at it. It's been a brutal game.
McCartney's gone a full forward for the Kangaroos.
Johnson
Wayne
kicked 3
Carey's
goals.
just edging down there.
And there's a good grab taken by Blakey. Johnson went to full forward in that 3rd term, booted 3 goals. And then Brown went down there, kicked another couple of goals as well. Darcy worked his way to the front, was McKernan.
He's gone. He's gone.
Didn't want to do a U-turn, so he was waiting for someone to come past. They weren't there. Now the ball's going to come back, and it's going to Contessa, who's been such a good player, particularly in that 3rd term out of the centre square. The Bulldogs did well after being blitzed in that 2nd quarter.
Sorry, Kobe. He's a great tackler, Contessa. That's his 5th tackle for the day.
Bartlett, good hands. Now he kicked the first goal on Mick Martin to Dimartino, who's been the absolute star for the Bulldogs. Dangerous kick here for the Kangaroos. Bulldogs with a chance. Eagleton swoops on it to Brown. A shove off. There was a throw. Not seen. Taken away by King. Pumps the ball back. Being marked by Scotty West. Between the wing and the half-forward line. Scores a level. 87 points apiece. Scotty West. 19 possessions to centre-half forward. Bartlett's the target. Couldn't take it on the 2nd grab. Johnson goes to ground. Has to knock the ball out. Scooped it out. Shoveled it out. Bartlett hands and knees. Spore does well to Carey. They'll share the ball around. Grant heads towards the line. Smith will be keen maybe to keep it in. No, he can't. Too much momentum for a toss back in.
Well, right now it looks as if it's the running power of the Bulldogs versus the marking power of the Kangaroos. They're going to have to take some big marks in the forward line and convert their opportunities, because the Bulldogs are just going to keep on running. They'll get their goals. It's a matter of whether the Kangaroos can get on the board as well.
Makepeace into the back, play on. Brown, he just changed his direction of the kick at the last minute. Did it well.
Way to go.
Ryan Smith could go for home. He could go for home, and he's just missed. Just got the wrong address.
He just didn't get himself balanced, did he? Just didn't get himself balanced.
We're in front.
He was on an arc running away from the goal, which made it difficult because, as you said, Kevin, at no stage did he run straight at where he was trying to kick it.
Bulldogs in front. They trailed by 10 points at quarter time, 25 points at half time. At one stage in that 3rd quarter, they trailed by 37. They finished that quarter on equal terms with the Kangaroos. Now they're a point in front. Curley.
They're playing on top all over them at the moment, aren't they, really?
Well, they've been inspired since 2-minute mark of that 3rd term. Curley. Heads of the centre square to the half-forward line. It's a shocking kick. Kicked it to Pickett. So the Kangaroos. King's out wide, screaming for the ball. Blakey. A thumping kick inside the centre square. Smith interferes with Makepeace. A bit ambitious. Didn't have to be that spectacular.
Not at all.
Just had to be workmanlike.
Just
had
a
the
punch
drop.
back and do it.
Had the drop on Makepeace, a smaller player. McCartney over the top. Darcy was there. Robbins. It's been good today. Comes away. Eagleton's going to be the target out wide, and it's a good grab in front of Pike. Started on the bench today, Nathan Eagleton. He's had it 7 times. He's kicked it behind. Bartlett was the target again. Beaten over the line in front of Lang. Brett Chandler on the interchange bench. Winston Abraham there as well. And of course, Mighty McMartin off with a dislocated shoulder.
13-10 to 13-9. What a match. Burton, great tap. King, likewise. Motlop, will it sit for him? No. Over and out. The Dogs lead by a point. They trailed by 37 early in the 3rd quarter. And since then, they've kicked 6 unanswered goals. Liberatore. Johnson a high one. A vacant centre half forward. Bartlett presented himself again. Eagleton went to ground.
Free kick.
Going which way?
Bulldogs.
No advantage.
They've got some support here today. The Bulldogs haven't they? The chanting around Colonial Stadium today is deafening.
Let's have a look. Kicking in danger, was it? Or over the top?
Kicking.
Well, haven't seen that too many times this year. Nathan Eagleton Can he really launch one? No, he's going to set it up. He's going to set it up. Johnson. Well, that is surprising that Brad Johnson was able to take a virtual uncontested mark in the goal square, and really the only big man back for the Kangaroos was Adam Lang.
Yeah, he's kicking in danger that time against Shannon Grant, and of course over the top as well.
Can Johnson put them further ahead? The answer is a very definite yes. 7 points in front, 4 goals to Brad Johnson, and they've kicked 7 in a row.
Well, he's been the real spark, hasn't he, Brad Johnson? The Dogs are struggling to find someone to kick goals with this small man set up early in the match. With Johnson, with Smith and Brown having a crack, but Johnson went there and he's shown them how it's been done.
Chris Grant, was that a smile on his face? Pulled out before the game along with Kingsley Hunter. The Bulldogs showing plenty of spirit. Can the Kangaroos hit back? Scotty West, desperate in the clinches, kicked off the ground that time by King. It was clever play, one-on-one contest. McCartney, he's got Crediuk to beat. It was a test of strength. Getting the lucky bounce was Crediuk. Contessa's been so good today. To Eagleton, to the run of Contessa. Through the centre square, goes short. It was a poor kick, crunched in the back was Hudson. No free kick. Contessa, again, burrows in for the ball. Look at Liver. Magnificent tackling by Liver. She's been the spirit of the Bulldogs today. King, from centre half back, stands and delivers a big bomb. Darcy's going to mark it. Just falling down across the half-forward line. Bulldogs, full of run, pumps the ball deep. Brown looks dangerous. Can he take a one-hander? Off the pack, Lang heads towards the boundary line. Dimatina and Clayton. Clayton paddles the ball back over the line. Dimatina has been magnificent for the Bulldogs today. 29 possessions and 7 marks.
Looks a bit exhausted, doesn't he, Dimatina? And just a little bit proppy. Well, what a contest, and this performance by the Bulldogs so far sensational. Simpson boxes on, but that's where they've been great. The shepherding, the tackling, the harassing, and Livers led the way. Eagleton been more prominent in the last few minutes. Kicks quickly into the pocket. Johnson again. Couldn't get there this time. Was he interfered with? No.
No, said the umpire, but he was certainly interfered with.
That's Lang coming off and no one ready to come on.
Oh, and that is very close to a free kick to Brad Johnson.
Abraham's come on for the Kangaroos.
Brent Harvey, 9 possessions. Peter Bell, 13 possessions.
Burton went searching for it, found it. Quick kick away, Simpson was good. And the mark in the middle to Peter Bell, who's had a quiet day. 13 possessions, had a good second quarter, but that's been about it. Kick out wide to McKernan. Takes the mark, looks up. Spall is leading towards centre half forward. McKernan's going to take on Scotty Wine. Touch the ball out of the arm, then goes for a run. Oh, big collision behind play. Fantastic stuff, Grant and Wine. McKernan runs on. They're desperate. McCartney is down there. That's a great mark for Spall.
Well, let's hope he doesn't get too close to the man on the mark, because he's taken the mark of the day.
Well, it's just great to see Corey McKernan just take them on. Somebody's going to have to do something spectacular for the Kangaroos if they're going to drag out a victory here, despite the presence of Wayne Carey and a number of other premiership players. Somebody has to give them the spark. Maybe it'll be the run of Corey McKernan.
Well, John Spall took a great mark before. This is an even more important kick, and he makes no mistake.
Well, he's kicked 2 goals. That's their first goal since the 2-minute mark of the 3rd term. So it's been a drought for the Kangaroos, and Spall, who took a sensational mark early in this last quarter. Well, John Spall, can he be the saviour for the Kangaroos? 2 goals, young man from Rosebud. Pumped back by Liver. Pickett, strong mark. Kangaroos not to be denied. Keep on coming. They trail by 1 point. King pumps it up to the half-forward line. McKernan, one-on-one duel. One with Scotty Wine. Croft needs good hands. A transfer of play. The kick has to be spot on. Dimatina from centre-half back.
Oh,
it's a poor kick. He's kicked it back to his opponent in Clayton. He's got 2 to beat. Too quick for Collingwood. Backtracks and retreats. Gives it to John Blakey from centre wing. Gets around Johnson. Hammers the ball back towards the half-forward line. Croft, the big fist from Carey. He looked to injure his leg in the second quarter.
KB is struggling. Take nothing away from Matthew Croft, who's had an excellent second half, but Wayne Carey put him in the goal square, perhaps, and just play within, hit the limitations of his injury.
Collingwood's coming off. Luke Penny coming on, a youngster just in his 3rd game for the Bulldogs. Loose ball. Abraham, upend it, no free kick.
3 against 1.
Harvey's going to run into the open goal. Hits the post. Great chasing also by Rowan Smith. Scores a level. Let's look at the time clock. Just over 10 minutes left in this last quarter.
Well, so much at stake today for both teams.
The biggest lead today was the Kangaroos. They led by 42 points, 22 minutes into the second quarter.
That's amazing, isn't it? Eagleton gets Ramiro, who looks for Darcy, and what a player hit. Oh, dear. Just waves down. So all of a sudden, the momentum just swinging a little bit. Darcy's had 17 touches and taken 10 marks. Burton's dominated the hit-outs. He's had 12. The Dogs have had 8 between them. There's Spider again getting another hit-out and getting his man, Motlop, Simpson. So they've got some run. Harvey.
Carey goal square.
To put them back in front. It's a long kick. Carey!
Oh, what a grab. What a mark.
He's got to go back and kick the goal, but that is just... That could well be the mark of the year.
It's a great mark. This is something special. One hand going backwards under pressure.
I haven't seen a better mark than that this year. It's different. It's not on somebody's shoulders, but it was just an incredible mark.
Oh, he hits the post. Another poster. And he sums it up, but the Kangaroos are in front, 14-11 to 14-10.
He just seemed to kick that
too hard.
Very hard, didn't he, Jared? It's a bit unusual for Wayne Carey to do that. Now, whether or not that leg's troubling him, and therefore he just wanted to get a bit of momentum and a bit of force through the kick. But that was a wonderful mark. They're in front by a point, the Kangaroos. Answering the challenge now from the Bulldogs. Smith pumps the ball wide. Wine's going to be the target. The big fist came from Burton. It's a big crumb to win. Picked up by Grant. Does well. Works his way through heavy track and kicks a goal.
Okay.
It was a big crumb.
It was a massive crumb, and it was a huge punch back in.
Spider Burton.
And that set up the opportunity, but it took somebody with immense talent to take advantage of it. Great punch back in. Have a look at this. This is just sheer brilliance from Shannon Grant. Bork, 2 steps, bang, goal.
So the scoreboard, 15-11 to 14-10. Tapped down by Burton, but Liver. His kick is a rainmaker, isn't it? The centre half forward. Penny came through. Here's Shannon Grant. He just kicked the last goal. Well wrapped up, Luke Darcy. Really well done. Forced it clear. Eagleton couldn't get a decisive knock. Good tackle by Penny. Oh, swing and a miss by Pike. In goes King. And clearing kick on the bounce. And they've just steadied a bit, the Roos. For the moment at least. Bell, McKernan. Handballs it. Oh, who to? Rowan Smith came through and did well. Off the ground. Contessa went to ground, knocked it out. Rowan Smith again dispossessed. Was he held without it? He was. Free kick to Rowan Smith.
He's got Luke Darcy on his own also. Big tool.
Haven't seen a better contest in this game this year. This is the best game I've seen this year.
Still 8.5 minutes of it to go. Rowan Smith, 20 possessions, 4 marks. Unloads. Deep in towards full forward, and standing up to take the mark is Trent Bartlett.
And Dennis Pagan there just putting his head in his hands.
Well, Pike needed to just back off and use his extra pace to come over the top of him, because he just lost all timing there, Martin Pike.
Well,
and he missed his arms as well. In fact, those people watching game day this afternoon would have seen exactly how you spoil it, because if you weren't going to hit the ball, you just had to hit the arms.
now he's coming off for the blood rule, and the kick's gone to Dimatina.
Well, it is a big kick for the Dogs. 8 minutes still to go in the quarter, so there's plenty of time.
Well, that is an incredible result.
And young Wiggins coming onto the ground. Contessa also coming off, and Plunkett coming back on the ground. But all eyes on Paul Dimatina, and all eyes watching it sail straight through. Oh, he's pumped. He has played a game and a half, Paul Dimatina. He has had 31 possessions, 8 marks, and now a crucial goal.
Now, did the umpire send Bartlett off the ground?
Blood rule.
The umpire sent him off. He did.
On his knee, I think. Blood.
He's straight back on, so it's been cleaned up pretty quickly. Wasn't looking for anything conspiratorial at all, but he's not the most accurate shot at goal, is Trent Bartlett.
May have worked in the Bulldogs' favour, with Trent Bartlett going off of the blood rule. The kick going to Paul Dimatina, who's been the best player on the ground for mine. 31 possessions and 8 marks. He's kicked a goal. He's been an inspiration to the Bulldogs today. Kangaroos will keep on coming. It's been that sort of a game. Pickett pumps the ball back. Carey. Looks like he might have hurt himself then. Awkward attempt to mark. With the ball, great tackle by Chandler. A ball up, 45 metres out from the Kangaroos' goal.
I think Wayne Carey said, what do I have to do to get a free kick?
Ball down there, it fell quite nastily too, didn't he? Arching the back. Scotty Wine against Corey McKernan. Scotty Wine with that great strength. He can read it well. A touch of the fumbles for Jose, who was caught, taken to ground by Motlop. Over the top of the ball. Stevens wants a free. Romero's there, so's Plunkett. And it's a ball up. Kangaroos by a point.
You don't have to tap the ball out when you're 30 metres out from goal.
Yeah, well,
15-11 to 15-10.
Very lucky then.
Important ball up. Again, he does it. Scotty Wine. Libber. Plunkett kicks it off the ground. Libber takes it to the ground. He was driven into the ground. Scotty West. Croft is caught. Loose ball. It's a big play. 55 metres out from the Kangaroos' goal. Plunkett comes away. Eagleton on the burst. What he needs is a kind bounce. He gets it. King closes quickly. Eagleton, that's a bad handball to Bartlett. Under pressure. Holding the ball. There was no rhyme or reason why he would have handballed that to Trent Bartlett. And the ball should have been on his boot. Inside 50. Martin Pike. Back to the half-forward line. Croft, Libber. They've got to admire Tony Liberatore. Plunkett pushed off the ball by Abraham.
Well, good recovery.
Kept alive. Jose has to be good. Harvey takes it away. Great chasing and tackling. Dimatina, magnificent. Take a bow, Paul Dimatina. Robbins on the burst. Edge of the centre square. The Bulldogs trail by a point. Big play. Hudson. Was it a shove out? Yes. Pickett will take the free.
Gee, I'd like to have a look at it.
No, I think the free kick was there, Hutto. But great work by Liberdat back here and Paul Dimatina to set this up.
Time clock ticks away. Just under 6 minutes left.
Was it?
Well, I wouldn't be
Stevens.
taking a lot of notice of that replay. There wasn't enough information on that one.
Between the back pocket and half-back flank. Kicks to the centre wing. Spall, high flyer. Scotty Wine just getting his hands on the ball. In the last few minutes, this time he's put it over the line on the full. Scotty Clayton. McKernan says, kick it short. He kicks it back over his head. Croft comes out, pulls Carey off the ball. Must have been a free kick. Still no free kick then to Wayne Carey. An incredible decision. McCartney caught high. Penny dives on top of the ball. And Wayne Carey, he must shake his head in disbelief here.
Well, I'm not sure what Matthew Croft's arm is doing on his shoulder, but the umpires obviously think it's part of the game.
Well, Carey certainly accentuating it on that occasion. Here's Burton over the top. Darcy got it down. Robbins. Burton, quick kick in the middle. Under 5 minutes remaining. The Roos by a point. Here's Dimatina again. Jimmy Plunkett standing tall at the moment. Big chance for the Dogs. And Brady Johnson at
he's hurt himself.
Tilt. His arms got stuck.
He's hurt his shoulder, but it's another great mark from Brad Johnson.
He's okay. He's okay. Well, he's kicked 4 goals, 3 of them coming in the third term when he went to full forward. 1 in this last quarter.
Well, young Plunkett coming straight off the ground. Dent back on. It's a great mark, wasn't it, under pressure? And the arm just got stuck.
It's worthy of a draw, isn't it?
It is.
It is worthy of a draw. I know
game.
you often say that in games, but this game really is worthy of a draw.
Brad Johnson has kicked well today. And he's got another one. So Brad Johnson has kicked 5 of the best.
And Terry Wallace knows that they're just minutes away. 4 minutes and 20 seconds from perhaps one of the best victories that he has ever coached. But you get no prizes for coming close second when you've got players out, KP. You can't go away and hang your head on a credible loss. No such thing when you're in a position to win.
The Bulldogs by 5 points. 4:20 left in this final quarter. Centre square is so important. Robbins had it taken away from Bell. Pumped forward again by Robbins. Important contest. Luke Penny, youngster playing his 3rd game for the Bulldogs. Grant wanted a free kick. Kicked off the ground in front of Hudson. Good grab. Simpson. Half forward line. Kangaroos. Carries at centre half forward. McKernan's on a lead. Getting back. Rowan Smith.
Brilliant mark. Got rid of Blakey legally.
Take a bow. It was brave. Carey was there as well. Gives it across to Curley. Runs hard out of defence. Pumps the ball wide. Good kick. Luke Penny. Young boy from the Oakley under-18s. Playing his 3rd game. Pickett. Bartlett goes to ground. Tackle could have been high. Spall feeds the ball out to Pike. Inside the defensive 50. Goes long. Finds Winston Abraham. He's going to carry the ball. Carey says, go all the way, Winston. Takes him on. Winston Abraham. 65 out. Goes short. Clean bowls. Corey McKernan on the full. Came off his boot. It's out on the full.
Let's have a look how far Winnie runs. Oh, he's thrown the bounce in there. I missed the bounce.
A casual bounce.
Winston.
That 2nd bounce probably wasn't quite needed. Put him under a bit of pressure. Curley. 3 minutes and 7 seconds left in the game. Goes for distance. Spider Burton. Contest with Darcy. Pinched. Taken away by Scotty West. Bulldogs into attack. Martin Pike playing in front. Pushed under the ball. Taken away by Bartlett. Here comes Johnson. Great hands. Goes to ground. Needs support. Can't hit the target. Toss back in. 106 plays 101. What a contest it's been.
The Dogs in front by 5. As you can see, under 3 minutes remaining. Darcy got in front, but King escapes out of defence. It can open things up for the Roos. 1-on-1. This time Carey got away, and he can run. He's got nothing in front of him. He has got nothing in front of him. So he has to bounce his way there. If he gets up here and grabs the ball, he will be the king, but he couldn't do it. Rowan Smith has been fantastic in this last quarter. Brown off the left, onto the wing. A contest. Who can stand up? Burton knocked it to ground. They're trying their guts out. Hurried kick forward by Bell to centre half forward. No one can take it on the bounce. Carey across the face. They're behind. And there's 4 points the difference. What a game from Colonial Stadium.
David Smorgan, the president, looks on. The heart is pumping. They trailed by 42 points at the 22-minute mark of the second quarter. 37 points 2 minutes into the third term. The Bulldogs lead by 4. 106 plays, 102. Rowan Smith.
I'd like to see David Smorgan when the siren goes. He may break the all-time record for the high jump.
2 minutes left in the game. Smith. Kicks it wide. Darcy couldn't take it. Jose kicks it off the ground. Clever play under the circumstances. Heads for the line. David Smorgan can't look. He can't take it. It's too much for the president. Maybe one last Barrack. Boundary throw in. Spider takes the front position. Jose ripped out of his arms by his teammate, and Darcy going to ground was Lever. It's been inspirational. Backtracks and concedes. Dimartina has been the best player on the ground today. To his partner in crime and Jose to Lever. The dynamic three. Pumps the ball deep. Johnson. Big fist away from Pickett. Big crumb required. Bartlett needs clean hands. Goes to ground. Loose ball. Pike over the top. Pickett's there as well. It's a ball up. 40 metres out from goal.
A minute 14 on the clock and counting. Can the Dogs hang on? Darcy's been great. Got the ball to ground. Ruse a chance here. King has tried his guts out into the middle. Won't spoil, but it was only Ruse. Harvey, Simpson. Long kick from Simpson. Spall, the young man in his third game, couldn't take it. Crediuk, Croft towards the boundary. 50 seconds to go. Stand up, Nathan Brown. Had 3 against him. Makepeace got the handball away. Chandler, one last chance. Carey stands in the middle. Croft outmarks him. Oh, great stuff, Matthew Croft.
Gee, that was a dangerous kick by Croft too. He should have headed for the line. He tried to keep it alive.
Liberatore takes the mark. 28 seconds remaining. Jose Ramiro goes towards the boundary. That's an important mark to Luke Penny.
Where's the president?
16 seconds remaining. The Dogs, can they hang on now? If they get a mark here, they can.
Great grab.
But that is a mark. Only 8 seconds to go.
How long to go, he said?
Not long. Grant kicks it onto the wing. McKernan doesn't mark it. I think it's all over. It is. Oh, fantastic win by the Western Bulldogs. And well may they celebrate. Oh, celebrations like you've never seen before.
Well, it's the best game I've seen this year. Two sides really going at it. It was a very physical game. There were some great passages. There were some great players from both sides. Kangaroos at different stages had it. The Bulldogs kept coming back. And then that Indian arm wrestle in that last quarter. So many times it looked like either side was going to win. That man on screen, take a bow, Tony Liberatore. Because today he was at his antagonistic best. He took him on, he got crunched. Dimartina was magnificent today. And Brad Johnson with his 5 goals, Jerry.
He was a superstar, and I thought that you just had to take your hats off to the Bulldogs. They went in without a lot of hope, and then when they were 37 points down, in fact 42 points down, they had absolutely no chance of winning. But Cloud, take a bow yourself, because you have engineered a magnificent victory here.
Well, they've done it again. They've got out of jail. A sensational win. 16-10 to 15-12.